robust urban garlic flavor.
Let me say this before we begin. I don't condone what happened to Phil, but it still doesn't mean it's not funny.
I actually already filmed a daily wrap, and it was a really positive, great one. And now I have to refilm this an hour later at 11:16 p.m. to tell you how messed up my situation is when people say things about how Phil over-exaggerates and Phil constantly is just talking out of his butt.
In Greek tragedies, hubris is an element where the character thinks that he is infallible, but then something terrible happens because of it. And Phil is a never-ending source of comedy and tragedy because he is such an idiot that he thinks the trolls can't touch him, and then the trolls touch him again, and he's like, wait, this can't happen. So before I get to the main part of this video, I'm going to talk about something that happened recently that I saw on Twitter. Somebody actually sent a package to Phil's door of Big Dave's coloring book. Don't let the name fool you, it's all about Phil, and it's basically just making a joke out of Phil. And no, it was not sent to Phil himself, it was sent to his wife. So he should know that that coloring book was sent to his doorstep. And yet, when he's going to pre-order a Nintendo Switch, you know, the thing that he's been hyping his business on, like he thinks that his whole summer needs to revolve around the Switch and the new games that are on the system. And he decides to be not careful whatsoever. He decides to just show everybody not only his address, which isn't a big deal, because I'm sure the first 1,000 people who watch this video, like 600 of you will know what Phil's address is. It's just on the internet, unfortunately. He shows us where he got the Switch and the confirmation number of the order.
Okay, here it is. All right, I can show you quickly. Ready? Well, just ignore me in the corner looking like an idiot. So here it is. From Walmart.com, delivery, pre-order date, my address, there it is, the Switch 2, order total, blah, blah, blah. I got it. Okay? 100% confirmed. There you go, guys. Yeah, I'll self-dox like you guys don't know my address. It was doxed in 2014, the week that I moved here. You guys already know my address, all right? But I'm not going to show you my credit card information and everything, but that's it right here. That's the Walmart pre-order. All right. We're good. What is going on here? There we go. Okay. We're good to go.
So he didn't just buy one Switch, he bought two. I guess just as a failsafe in case the system broke, which really doesn't make much sense to me. But he really needed this Switch because he thinks that he needs the hot new games to attract an audience. And you get the feeling like he thinks his audience won't pay attention to him unless he's playing a new game. Which really tells you they're not interested in him, they just want to see somebody play a game, and at that point, you're just as much as any other streamer than anybody else. There's nothing unique about you. But it really just doesn't make any sense because Phil just plays the games, he doesn't interact. And when you're not interacting as a streamer, it's hard to maintain that consistent level of support. So he has to beg constantly because we're not here to see Phil play games, we're here to see him beg. So here's what happened today. We had two great streams. The first stream was Oblivion Remastered. Great fun, we hit the goals. Then the late stream was also a great stream of me building the first half of my Lego Piranha plant. We hit the goal again, which means that tomorrow we're doing DSP tries at Chipotle, and that's awesome. So he quantifies whether it was a good stream or not by whether he hit the goal. Yeah, it's about how much money you give him instead of if you were entertained or not. At 8:55 p.m., I attempted to get the Switch 2. I was going between multiple different websites, including Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and more. Couldn't get it from anywhere but Walmart. Added 2 to cart. Actually checked out both the Mario Kart bundle and this regular Switch 2. Regular Switch 2 is coming June 5th on release day. The other one is coming June 8th.
Great. Checked out, paid, good to go. Finishing up my work, turned the stream off. Okay, I'm going to film the daily wrap. As I'm filming this daily wrap, I announce, hey, I got 2 Switch 2s. What a great day. Everything's amazing. And then I check my email where it proceeds to tell me that both orders have been canceled.
With the troll sending him a coloring book, another troll leapt in and canceled his Walmart order. And let me remind you that he also had his bank account leaked. You know, his bank records that happened a couple years ago. So you would think that Phil would be super cautious about these things, but no, he's just gonna be a complete 220 and show everybody his order and where he got it from. So of course, the trolls found a way to get into his account and cancel his order.
Does it say that it's because of an error on Walmart? No, it says I canceled the orders. So I'm currently talking with Walmart right now about someone socially engineered my account on Walmart.com, and through basically very basic information, which it must have been because it certainly wasn't anything crazy, they got access and canceled my orders.
Yeah, I feel bad for the person who has to take that call because let's be real, they're making minimum wage and that doesn't cover their rent and food bills. Because, you know, Walmart sucks. And then you have to deal with this idiot.
So now I don't have a Switch 2. I was going to get 2. I was going to keep one, maybe give one to my wife, maybe have a backup in case the Switch 2 failed at launch because that's what happened with the Switch 1. Maybe eventually do a giveaway. And now I have nothing.
So as for now, the Switch 2 will not save the business, or at least the Switch 2 launch won't. And let's be real, he was never doing a giveaway. Remember when he did a giveaway and it was just a signed game case without the game? I mean, really, that's his idea of a giveaway. Maybe he's gonna give away his vests and hats now.
So I want you guys to understand again that when people say that, oh, you know, DSP exaggerates or whatever, no, they actually do this stuff to me. This is why I refuse to give any personal details about anything in my life. This is why I will not film anywhere in my house. I will not do IRL vlogs. Anything that I do that's information, they use to hurt me.
Hello, Earth to Phil. You just gave them personal information about your order. Yes, it revolves around your business, but you just let them know where you got something. Now it's going to personally affect you.
So I worked my butt off tonight getting 2 Switch 2s, and now I have nothing because these people screwed me.
Oh no, I worked so hard sitting on 4 websites and entering information that I already had built in. Oh no, Switch for me. AKA, give me money now. He wants a pity party for his own stupidity. It's the Level 666 podcast straight from hell with the King Snake. He got snaked by the trolls. This was his master plan all along, to show his Switch order details so it gets canceled.
I don't even know how they got access to the account. I'm talking to the rep right now, which is the noise that you're hearing, bling, bling, bling. So here's the deal. Tomorrow, Level 1 podcast and the premiere of Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and we're doing DSP Tries at Chipotle on the first stream. The second stream will be Minecraft Chill, but I'm not getting a Switch 2. I have no means to do so. They're all sold out everywhere. I had them, and someone socially engineered my account and canceled my orders. If anyone has any means to get one, I'd appreciate it. If anyone's getting an extra one that I could buy off of you for the real price, I'd appreciate it. But it looks like at this point, I can't cover the Switch 2 because these people are scumbags who break the law, impersonate me, and do awful things to me and my family. And this is just another example of that. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Like, he didn't think this was gonna happen. He didn't think it through. He just acted. He's like, look, guys, I got 2 Switches. Look at me. And now he doesn't have any, apparently. So yeah, I could say a lot about the Switch 2 situation. Like, personally, I'm not getting a Switch 2 at launch. But Phil really dropped the ball on this one. Like, His whole plan was to have the Switch 2 be the cornerstone for his year, and he decides to show everybody the order. And it's like, what do you think was going to happen, Phil? You've been trolled relentlessly for years, and you beg so much that it keeps the trolls entertained. And when big things like this that are integral to your business happen, you decide, okay, I'm not going to have any safety locks. Like, this was the guy who was so particular about hiding his WWE Champions account for years that he still hides the account that he actually uses it on, even though he's revealed that he's played the game, because he spent so much money on that account, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. But he'll just say, oh, here's a Switch 2. Here's my order. I got it. And then he's suddenly surprised when the trolls break the law and cancel his order. Like, no, Phil, you gotta think with your head, not with your, gin brain. But I guess that's what gin and moonshine will do to you, because there's just no excuse for this. This is just S-tier stupidity from Phil. And I guess that's why we're still watching him, because he's an idiot. So we have to sit and hear Phil whine and complain about this. Alright, Phil, have fun with no Switch 2. Your summer tips jar is going to be deflated. But I'm sure what's going to happen is that there's going to be somebody who's going to wind up gifting him a Switch 2, believe it or not. Because that just seems like it's always what happens with Phil. Somebody always comes in to save the day because Phil can't do it himself.